And welcome to TFI CAD Tips. This is your obligatory, compulsory Christmas end-of-year roundup message from your YouTuber with a cold. Yes, that's why I sound a little bit like Liam Neeson, but we'll carry on. I'll not make this too long because everyone's got better things to do at this time of year than to watch somebody ramble on. There's no tips and tricks, obviously, in this video. This is just like a yearly rambling thing, like a roundup thing. So I'm going to talk a little bit about how it's been, what's going on in the future, that sort of stuff. And I want to say thanks as well to everybody that's subscribed. We're up to 3,500 subscribers, and all the messages of support and appreciation which I get in the videos, genuinely. I mean, every YouTuber says this, and you kind of gloss over it when they do say it, but it cannot be further from the truth. The messages of support and appreciation that I get in the videos are what keep me doing this. Because I'm not gonna lie, I have thought about just calling it a day at some points, purely because I'm not seeing the kind of growth on the channel which I want to see in order to make it feel worthwhile carrying on. And what I mean by that is I've been doing this for 2 years, and we've got 3,500 people, which is if you were to stack 3,500 people in a warehouse, that's a lot of people. But in the YouTube game, it's not a lot of people at all. Just to put it into perspective, some of the gaming channels that I subscribe to, which are just little teenagers in Texas sat in their bedroom with a webcam, they've got like 100,000 subscribers, and they get about 10,000 subscribers every 3 weeks, and it's taken me 2 years to get 3,000 or 3,500. So it's been, you do the amount of time, because I do this in my spare time. It's not my full-time job. I have to look at how much of my free time I'm losing to this, how shattered I am during the day, and how it's affecting my full-time job, and then have to weigh up against, is it worth still doing it based on the results that the channel gets. But I'm gonna keep going. But there are times when you just question it a little bit, and it's the messages that I get from people that keep me going. So I'm not overly chuffed with the growth in general. I'm absolutely so grateful for everybody that has subscribed. Every single person that's subscribed is worthwhile. But that's why I've been trying to diversify the content recently, looking at rendering, looking at hardware, looking at 3D printing, just dabbling in little other areas to see if I can try and find other areas of interest that people will cotton onto. Because Inventor's a small market. I knew that when I got started. However, when I got started, I didn't realize I'd still be doing this 2 years later. But I knew Inventor was small. There's very few people in the world using Inventor, which is good for your own job prospects, but it's not so much good for YouTube. There's few people using it, and there's even fewer people going on YouTube to look for Inventor videos, because Inventor tends to be something you do for work, and who wants to go onto YouTube, because that tends to be a recreational thing. So it is a small market that I'm aiming at. So it's not right to be comparing my area to other areas, but you kind of can't help it at times. So and also I need to try and diversify, because there's only so many Inventor tips and tricks and tutorials that you can do. You get to a point where you start not so much running out of ideas, but the things that I've got left to do require a lot of planning and preparation. And again, because I do this in my spare time, I can't dedicate that much. Not that I can't I just haven't got that much time to do it. I've got evenings and that's it. And I need a life outside of that door, which I haven't really had much of a one recently. So I just need to ramp it down a little bit, just slow it down. So maybe focus more on quality rather than a regular upload schedule, rather than just trying to get a video out every week or every 2 videos a week. Just get a good one done and make it less of a routine. So and there'll be, I get a lot of requests as well for things like FEA and simulation and engineering gears, that sort of thing. And I think what I need people to understand is I am not an engineer, and I never have been an engineer, never pretended to be an engineer at any point. I'm a software consultant, so I work like in a CAD supplier environment. That's what I do. And I've never worked on project work, on billable work, on engineering projects. It's just not what I do. I'm almost like an IT guy, but for CAD software. So I know the software inside out, but I can't really speak the language of engineers. So I could do a video on FEA. I could put forces and constraints and make something animate and whatever. But I couldn't really advise or talk about why something's happening the way it is, or recommendations for different loads and different positions based on engineering, physics, and formulas, that sort of thing. Because people who know about engineering would just see right through that. They'll just be like, this guy he hasn't got a clue. He's pretending like he has, but I just don't want to be that guy. So I do have to know my limits. So anything like hardcore engineering based, so things like gears, FEA, dynamic simulation, molding, that sort of thing. Even like as far as welding stuff, I've never picked up a welding gun in my life. Never done it. I sit and play with computers all day rather than CAM machines and milling machines, and it's just not my thing. And if I'm being completely honest, I've got absolutely no interest in engineering. I never have. I've never had any interest in engineering, which is why I'm trying to not move towards, but dabble with the rendering stuff, because I've got a big interest in rendering and graphics and hardware. I mean, I'm a nerd. I'm a geek, and so I like hardware and toys and gadgets and stuff. So I'm just sort of dabbling around, seeing what I can find an interest in. And maybe find a market there as well for a bigger YouTube audience. But anyway, that's kind of where we're going with that. So all in all, just want to say thanks to everybody that subscribed, and I'll keep going. I'm going to keep going. But content will slow down a little bit, moving on into 2016. But stuff's still going to come out. I'll still keep doing what I'm doing, and hopefully the channel will continue to grow. I think we're growing at about 5 people a day, 10 people a day on a good day, which again isn't smashing. It's not going to break any records, but it's growth is growth. And whilst I'm still getting people coming in and I'm still getting that feedback, I'll still continue to do this. So I want to just finish this off by apologising to anybody that has sent a message through the YouTube private messaging system asking for help, and I haven't replied. And that's not because I'm a douchebag or anything like that. I just genuinely haven't got time. I kind of reply to everybody's messages. I don't want to sound like an absolute dick, but I'm not a technical support desk. I do this YouTube thing in my spare time. So I do my full-time job during the day, then I do this at night. So I kind of, I get questions, like pages long questions from people that are like, I've got this problem here where if I do this, I do that, and I do this. And so in order for me to help, I would need to install an older version of Inventor and then model what they were modeling, and then try and find the problem, try and fix the problem, then liaise with them, bounce backwards and forwards. I can't do that. So if you do have any problems, what I would suggest is going to the Autodesk community website, which I've already done a video on. I think the video is called "You Should Probably Know About the Autodesk Community Site," something like that. Just go on there, post your questions on that. And there's people on there with far more knowledge on engineering related stuff than I've got, and you get an answer almost immediately on the Autodesk forums. The people there are hugely helpful. So that's that. Thank you very much to everyone. So good. It has been a good year, although the growth's been slow. It's been a good solid year. There's been some good things come from the channel. I've had some of the guys from Autodesk popping in and saying hello and actually paying attention to some of the stuff which I've been doing, and that's been reflected in Inventor. Some product changes have occurred based on the videos that I've done, which is quite good. So thank you to those guys. Thank you to you guys for your support, and I will see you in 2016. Have a good Christmas and a good New Year.